Good day, everyone. Welcome to lecture third of Theory of Computation course. And in this particular lecture, we will discuss about the mathematical induction. Fine. So basically, mathematical induction, it is a technique that is used for proving the statements. Okay, in our previous lecture also we also discussed some of the techniques, for example direct proof technique, indirect proof techniques, to prove some statements are wrong, right or not. Okay, or we can say the statement is true or not. Likewise, there is another proof technique that is most commonly used in the mathematics to prove the validity of a particular statement, and that technique is called a mathematical induction. Okay, so before discussing this technique, we have to discuss one important principle on which this mathematical induction technique is based on. Okay, and that principle is called the principle of mathematical induction. So this particular principle is important, or we can say is the basic building block for this proof technique, for this mathematical induction technique. So what is principle of mathematical induction saying? It is saying that if there is some statement P, okay, let's suppose it is a statement with some variable. Okay, so if this statement is true for P of 0, okay, this particular statement, so for example this statement can be, let's say this statement is equal to sum of first n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. So let's say this is the statement. Okay, and if this statement is true for P of 0, okay, so this statement is true, this P of 0, and this statement is also true if P of k is true, or we can say, we can write it like this: if P of k, then P of k plus 1. So let's say this particular statement is also true, then we can say P of n is true for all values of n. So what is principle of mathematical induction saying? It is saying that if P of 0 is true, and this statement, if P of k, then P of k plus 1 is also true, then P of n is true for all values of n. So this is the principle of mathematical induction. So let's see the intuition. Why the validity of these two statements imply this statement? Why? It is because when we are saying P of 0 is true, okay, so we are saying P of 0 is true. What does that mean? It means, so this statement, this particular statement is true. Then we are also saying that this statement is also true. What is this statement? It is saying that if P of k is true, then P of k plus 1 is also true. This is the second statement. So that means if P of 0 is true, so what is k? K is 0. That means P of 0 plus 1, that is 1. P of 1 will also be true. So if P of 0 is true, then P of 1 will also be true. Okay, so by putting k as equal to 0 in the second statement, we reach to the conclusion that P of 1 will also be true. Now let's put k is equal to 1. Okay, then this particular statement will determine that P of 1 is true, meaning P of 1 plus 1, that is P of 2 is also true. So this statement will imply that P of 2 is also true. So after proving this statement, let's put K is equal to 2. Then that will imply that P of 3 is also true. So this means P of 4 is also true. So we can put any value here, any value, whatever the value is, we can reach to the conclusion that P of n is also true. So we reach it to this conclusion that P of n is true only when we are given that these two statements are true. So which one statement is true? P of 0 is true and P of k, then P of k plus 1 is also true. Okay, so let me repeat it here. So what is principle of mathematical induction saying? It is saying that if P of 0 is true and if P of k, then P of k plus 1 is true. So this is true. So this statement is also true. Then this will imply that P of n is true for all n. So this is the principle of mathematical induction. Now let's use this particular principle of mathematical induction to discuss our mathematical induction, or we can say to discuss our scheme of proof by induction. Okay, to discuss this technique, proof by induction. So in proof by induction, what it is saying, that proof by induction is saying that if we have some statement P of n, so let's say this is our statement. And if we have to check this statement is true, so if we have to check, or we can say prove that P of n is true, then what we are going to do? What we will do, we will first prove P of 0 is true. So this is the first thing that we will prove. Then second thing that we are going to prove is that P of k, if P of k, then P of k plus 1 is true. So this statement we have to prove. Okay. So if we are able to prove the statement first and statement second, then using the principle of mathematical induction, what is the mathematical induction principle of mathematical induction saying? That if P of 0 is true and if P of k, then P of k plus 1 is also true, then we can imply that P of n is true. So from here, by proving these two statements, we can imply that P of n is true for all n. So using principle of mathematical induction. Okay, so we can imply that P of n is true for all n using the principle of mathematical induction. Fine, because mathematical induction, principle of mathematical induction is saying that if these two are true, first statement and second statement, then we can imply that P of n is fine. Now let's see how we can prove these things. So let me write it here. So what I am saying, that first thing that we have to prove To prove that P of n is true, I have to prove P of 0 is true. So how will I prove P of 0 is true? I will put n equal to 0 and then check whether this statement is true. So this case, to prove that P of 0 is true, this is called a base case, or it is also called a basis of induction. Okay. So this is the first thing that we are going to do whenever we have to prove by induction. Second thing that we have to prove, what we have to prove, we have to prove this particular statement. If P of k, then P of k plus 1. So we have to prove that this statement is true. In our last lecture, that is lecture number 2, we discussed how to prove these kind of statements. So whenever we have these kind of statements, then what we are going to do, we will first assume P of k is true. Okay, because we know to prove this kind of statement, we have to first assume P of k is true. Then prove P of k plus 1 is also true. Okay, so if we are able to prove P of k plus 1 is also true, then we can imply that this particular statement is true. So how we are going to prove this statement? Statement second as true. So as we have discussed in lecture number 2, that whenever we have to prove these kind of statements, we will first assume P of k is true. Okay, and after that we will prove P of k plus 1 is also true. So this particular step is called inductive step. Inductive step. And this assumption here, the assumption that we are making, assume P of k is true, this is called inductive hypothesis. Inductive hypothesis. Fine. So now we will prove first this particular statement, then we will prove this statement. And how we are going to prove this statement? So we have to assume P of k is true, then we have to prove P of k plus 1 is also true. And after proving these two statements, we will imply, or this will imply, if we are able to prove that both these statements are true, this will imply that P of n is true. And how? By the principle of mathematical induction. Okay, so that means whenever we have to prove a statement is true using the principle of mathematical induction, what we are going to do in that particular proof technique, we are going to first prove that P of 0 is true. So we have to first prove the base case, then we will assume P of k is true, then prove P of k plus 1 is also true. So these are the steps that we have to do in the case of induction to prove that particular statement is true. And you have to remember, whatever the statement is, we have to first form a predicate for that statement. Predicate means the statement in this particular format, P of n. So we have to choose n accordingly. Okay. Now let me discuss one or two problems here, and we will prove those problems using the principle of mathematical induction. So this is the first theorem that we are going to prove using the mathematical induction, or using the proof of induction technique. So what is this theorem saying? It is saying that the sum of first n powers of 2 is 2 raised power n. What it is saying? That first n powers of 2. Let's take the first n. So 2 raised power 0 plus 2 raised power 1 plus 2 raised power 2 plus dash 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 plus 2 raised power n minus 1 will be equal to 2 raised power n minus 1. So this is the statement. What it is saying, that the sum of first n powers. So why we have taken only up to n minus 1? Because we have started from 0. Sum of first n powers of 2 is 2 raised power n minus 1. So this is the statement, and we have to prove this statement. Okay, let's first make the predicate. What is the predicate? Let's say Pn denotes the sum of first n powers of 2. What we have to prove? We have to prove that P of n is equal to 2 raised power n minus 1. So this is the first job that we have to do while proving using the mathematical induction technique. So we have to first define this predicate or this statement. What is this statement? P of n is the sum of first n powers of 2. So we have to prove P of n is equal to 2 raised power n minus 1. Okay, so let me prove it here. Let's write the general proof. So what is the proof? Here we are going to prove it using the principle of mathematical induction. So what is the mathematical induction saying? That first thing that you have to do is prove the basis case. What is basis case? P of 0. Prove that this is true. So let's start the proof. So let's do the first thing, base case. Let's take n is equal to 0. So that means P of 0 is equal to, what is P of 0? P of 0 will be the sum of first n power. So not 0, we will take it, let's say, instead taking n as 0, so we have to take n1. Why 1? Why not 0? Because we have to consider the first n powers. First n powers means the least value that n can have will be an integer. Oh, sorry, will be a natural number. It cannot be a whole number. So 0 means no term. There is no term. Okay. 1 means that there is at least one term. So we have to prove the base case. So base case here is P of 1. Okay. So what is P of 1? P of 1 will be which term? 2 raised power 0. So what is 2 raised power 0? Equal to 1. Okay. Now, according to the formula, what should be P of 1? P of 1 should be equal to 2 raised power n. What is n? 1 minus 1. That is equal to 2 raised power 1. 2 raised power 1 is 2 minus 1. That is equal to 1. So that means the base case P of 1 is equal to 1. And by the formula also, or by the statement also, this statement, this is coming same. So that means P of 1 is true according to the statement. To the statement. Now we have the second. What is the second case? Inductive step or inductive case. In inductive step, we have to prove that if P of k, then P of k plus 1. This we have to prove. So for proving this statement, assume P of k is true. What does that mean? P of k is true. It means that P of k is equal to 2 raised power k minus 1. So this is true. We are assuming P of k is equal to 2 raised power k minus 1. And now we have to prove P of k plus 1 is also true. So what is P of k plus 1? P of k plus 1 is equal to 2 raised to power. So k, instead of n, we have k plus 1. So it will be k plus 1 minus 1. Or we can write, so let's keep it like this. So this particular thing we have to prove. If we are able to prove this particular thing, okay, then that means this particular statement is also true. So when this statement is also true and this one we have already proved, then by the principle of mathematical induction we can deduce that this particular statement is also true. So we have to prove this particular statement. So let's prove this statement. P of k plus 1 is equal to 2 raised power k plus 1 minus 1. Okay, let's prove this statement. So let's prove this statement, but before proving this statement, let's come here again. So basically, what is P of k? P of k will be the sum of first k powers of 2. So what are the first k powers of 2? 2 raised power 0 plus 2 raised power 1 plus 2 raised power 2 plus dash 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 plus 2 raised power k minus 1. So that means this sum is equal to 2 raised power k minus 1. So this we have assumed this statement is true. Now we have to prove this particular statement. So let's take P of k plus 1. What is P of k plus 1? The sum of first k plus 1 powers of 2. So what is the sum of first n k powers of 2? It will be 0, 2 raised power 0 plus 2 raised power 1 plus 2 raised power 2 plus dash 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 plus 2 raised power k. So up to k. Before this term, there will be 2 raised power k minus 1. Okay. So after this, we will write, we can see that this particular thing, 2 raised power 0, 2 raised power 1, 2 raised power 2, up to 2 raised power k minus 1. This is this one. And we know that this is equal to 2 raised power k minus 1. So we will replace these particular terms with this 2 raised power k minus 1. Okay, and plus after this we have this particular term, that is 2 raised power k, that will be equal to, so 2 raised power k and 2 raised power k. So here we have two terms, it will be twice 2 raised power k and this minus 1. Fine, that will be equal to, so bases are same here, so 2 and 2, so powers will be added, so it will be 2 raised power k plus 1 minus 1. So this implies we have proved that P of k plus 1 will be equal to 2 raised to power k plus 1 minus 1. And this was the statement that we have to prove. So we have proved that P of k plus 1 is equal to P of 2 raised power k plus 1 minus 1. This implies this particular statement is true. So which statement? If P of k, then P of k plus 1 is true. So this statement is true. So we have proved two statements. So we have proved the base case and we have proved the inductive case. And by the principle of mathematical induction, we will imply that P of n is true for all values of n. So we have proved this particular theorem using the principle of mathematical induction. So we have discussed the example where we have shown how we can use mathematical induction to prove the validity of some statement. Okay, and as I said that there are two cases that we have to prove. We have to first prove the base case, And in that base case, we have to carefully choose n. What should be the n? Okay, it can be 0 in some cases, 1 in some other cases, and 2 in some other cases. And after proving the base case, we have to prove the inductive case. Okay, and after proving the inductive cases, using the principle of mathematical induction, we can deduce that P of n is true. So I have already shown you one example. The homework that you have to do is that you have to prove the following theorem. So theorem second, and the theorem is that n cube minus n is divisible by 3. N cube minus n is always divisible by 3. So you have to prove it using induction. Okay. So with this, I will stop the discussion about the mathematical induction, and we will also see some more examples related to the induction in our subsequent lectures. But your job is to do this particular theorem and also try to work out as many problems as possible and use the different proof techniques that we have discussed in the previous video and in this particular video, and get acquainted with these particular techniques that will help you to prove different theorems that we are going to discuss in this particular course. So in the next lecture, we will start the discussion about the mathematical logic, and we will try to complete the concept of mathematical logic in our next lecture. So let's meet in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye.